bring you greetings today on behalf of the Officer of the Federation of Labour, our President Sid Ryan, our Secretary-Treasurer Marie Kelly, and our Executive Vice President Terry Downey. I would also again like to thank the North Bay District Labour Council for inviting me here today to address you on this important and significant day for all workers in this province. We gather today to remember those who have been injured or have died while at work. Each year, there are upwards of 250,000 workers injured in Ontario, and 470 or more die as a result of the work that they do. We must continue our efforts to reduce this carnage. Many of you may have heard about the tragic death of 4 workers and one very seriously injured worker who fell from a scaffold 13 stories up in an apartment complex in Toronto on Christmas Eve. The Minister of Labour had previously visited this work site and had written several orders dealing with safety violations that they found. This accident is currently under investigation by both the Minister of Labour and the Toronto Police. The sole survivor, a 21-year-old immigrant worker who was into his second day on the job, was deemed by his employer to be a learner, and therefore he was not entitled to pay while he was learning the job. This is a clear violation of our employment standards law in this province. He now has serious injuries to the bones of his lower body and legs. His recovery will be a long and painful journey. Sometimes good things arise out of tragedy, and it seems to be so in this case. Sid Ryan, the President of the Ontario Federation of Labour, has set as his priorities workers' compensation and health and safety for workers in this province of Ontario. And on behalf of the entire labour movement, he's brought the issue of health and safety to the forefront. And as a result, the provincial government has announced the establishment of an expert panel on occupational health and safety. The mandate of this panel is to conduct a comprehensive review of Ontario's health and safety prevention enforcement system. Labour is well represented on this panel. The Ontario Federation of Labour's Health and Safety Director, Vern Edwards, will be one of Labour's representatives, along with 2 other appointments from Labour. This will be the most comprehensive review of the health and safety system in this province for over 2 decades. In addition to this initiative, the Labour movement has been calling on the Ministry of Community Safety and Correctional Services to educate and advise the police services across Ontario about Bill C-45, amendments that were made to the Criminal Code wherein, if it is determined that the employer or its officers were in some way negligent in the death of a worker, they will be charged under the code.